did it kick my butt. I had no healthcare experience before that at all. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to actually go over how I became a registered nurse and actually my nursing journey. So stay tuned. So where do I begin? Well, I'll start off with how I became a nurse. Becoming a registered nurse has always been in the field for me. I've wanted to be a nurse since I was 5. I literally told my mom I wanted to work with babies. She told me that's what nurses do, and I ran with it. So, actually, when I started college, I was like, oh, you know, nursing is what I'm going to do. I was fixated. Nursing. Then I took a psychology course, completely changed my mind, derailed me, and I was like, oh, I love psychology, and I became fixated on psychology. Once I graduated in 2014, I didn't want to go to grad school. It was like, I was like, no, I don't want to be a doctor or something. Like, that was not what it was for me. Never has been. I didn't want to, right? So I tried to apply for a BSN program, a nursing program. I didn't get accepted. So I was like, well, I was working at Target at the time. My mom was like, why don't you do LPN, a licensed practical nurse? And I was like, for one, I didn't know what it was. And two, I was so in the mental state of, oh, that's not a real nurse. I applied, got accepted, and I did it because I needed a career and to start on that pathway of becoming the nurse that I want to be. And it was something that worked out great for me, actually. So I started that program in 2015, and boy, did it kick my butt. I had no healthcare experience before that at all. And I learned so much. I'm so grateful for that experience because it taught me the skills that I still use today. Oh my goodness. Wound care, how to talk to patients, how to deal with physicians, how to chart. LPNs taught me that, okay? And I loved it. I'm so appreciative of that experience because it is something that has really cultivated me when it comes to how I am and how I move as a nurse today. So, after I got my license in 2016, I started working in a nursing home. It was nursing home rehab. If anyone ever tells you this, believe it. If you can work in a nursing home, you can work anywhere. It is not a lie. They are speaking of the truth. Do not look down on nursing homes because let me tell you something. Those that work in a hospital setting and has only worked in a hospital setting, do not have enough respect for those who work in a rehab or nursing home. The amount of patient workload you have is different. What you have to balance, you don't have as many people to help you and to delegate things to. You have to really be on your game. And that's why I'm like, I appreciate that time in my life because it has really helped me to have the best time management ever. And I appreciate those who work in different specialties because I've worked in multiple specialties. So around 2018, I decided that I wanted to go back to school to get my RN degree. Now, I didn't go to do what they call the associates in science and nursing. I went straight to my BSN. So I did that and I graduated in 2020 with my BSN in nursing. Now, I will say the difference, if you would like a video on the difference of LPN and my RN schooling, let me know in the comment section below and I can do a whole video on that by itself. But let me just reiterate, I was able to help the instructors and in my clinical because I had the experience from being an LPN and learning that stuff in the LPN program that they did not teach you in RN school. But like I said, that'll be a video for another day. But don't sleep on LPNs, especially if you have no experience at all when it comes to healthcare or nursing. Just throwing it out there. Big respect to the LPNs. And if there's any LPNs, RNs, or nursing students who are following me, drop a comment down below. Hit the like button for me too, okay? So I got my BSN. I'm working. I went from working in a rehab to working at a PCU, and it was during COVID. I loved it. But then it got really bored for me because it was very similar to what I was doing working in a rehab that was similar to working in a med surge. So I started traveling and I loved it. It was the fact that it was different, but I actually had to know what it was I was doing, because it wasn't no like, oh, well, we're going to give you 6 weeks of training. No, you have 2 days and you have to hit the ball running and you have to know what you need to do. If you want a video on travel nursing, the ins and outs and stuff like that, let me know in the comment section below. That's a whole nother topic in itself as well. So I started doing travel nursing, loved it. I did it for about a year. Realized I want to go back and do get a different specialty, because by then I was still doing PCU, which is progressive care, and I want to get ICU experience because ICU is like the creme de la creme, right? During that time, I was learning about the advanced degrees in nursing, because I was like, all right, bedside is cool, but I want to do something else. So I started looking at what else I could do when it comes to being a nurse. I have that foundational degree, my BSN, so what else can I do? CRNA became it, because there wasn't a lot of CRNAs that are black, for one. Let's just not hold you. I'm just rip the band-aid off. This is what it is. And I was like, all right, I have to have ICU experience. So I got ICU experience. During my ICU experience, I have had an interesting time. It was not the best experience of my life. And I learned a lot about myself and what I wanted to do for my career. I do not want to do CRNA anymore after my ICU experience. That was my experience per the facility that I learned from. Now, if I went to a different facility and learned, I probably would feel completely different. But per my experience, I changed my mind completely about becoming a CRNA. During that time, I actually was like, okay, well, what else can I do? Because I know I want to advance my career, but what do I want to advance it to? Then I was like, all right, well, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I have a BSN in nursing. How can I merge it together? I can merge it together by going to school to be a nurse practitioner and using mental health. I was like, ding, ding, ding. It's like a light bulb went off, and that was exactly what I was supposed to be doing. And that's exactly what I'm currently doing. So I will be starting school next month. Actually, no, the end of this month. I'll be starting the school the end of this month to get my DNP, my doctorate in nursing practice and family practice, as well as in mental health. And I'm so excited. I feel a lot less stress when it comes to the decision I've made, and it makes a lot more sense for me than when I was wanting to be a CRNA and the stress was just mounting and mounting, and I wasn't even in the program yet. But I believe it's because it wasn't what I was meant to do, and it was because I was trying to force something that wasn't meant for me. So that's pretty much everything I did to become a nurse and where I'm going, and I'm excited. I will be documenting just the process and the ins and outs when it comes to going to school to be able to become a nurse practitioner. So please stay tuned for those videos. And if you would like to know any more videos about nursing, how to, what I did, the difference between LPN, RN, travel nursing, because actually right now I still am travel nursing, because, I mean, it's me. Like, why not? But travel nursing fits me and where I am in my career, as well as the experience that I have. So that's what I'm currently doing. But please leave a comment below. Hit that like button if you like this video and the information it gave, as well as hit that bell button so you can get an update anytime I post a video, because we have many more to go. Thank you for being on the journey with me. Have a good day.